So far, I have been showing you functions like this, or the definition of functions like this. DEF followed by the name of the function and then open bracket and close bracket. And then we are doing some calculations, and the value which are getting used in the calculations are set up here. We had done it for the calculate final price also, but this is not how it should be, right? It should be dynamic, because we cannot hard code, let's say, the order price. We cannot hard code the discount. We have to send it to the function so that the function can use those to do the calculations. Everything has to be dynamic, everything has to be passed so that it is not dependent on any hard coded value. Now, how do you pass value or variable in a function? We do that using arguments. So arguments is the way to pass values or variables in a function, and we pass arguments to a function. It is similar to passing variables with values. So whenever we say that we are passing argument to a function, it means that we are passing variables, and those variables have some values associated with it. Now, how do you do it? We assign a value to a variable in the main program and pass it to a function to work with. The value would be assigned to a variable in the main program, and that variable would be passed to the function. It would look something like this. Now here, as you can see, inside of the bracket I have two variables, amount and discount, and the calculation is same. We are using amount and discount here. There's no hard coded value. We could have passed the final discount also, and now here we are assigning price and discount maybe from the database. This is not a code, there is a pseudocode. Here we'll write the logic to get the value from database. Then we are calling the function calculate final price, and we are assigning or capturing the value in final underscore price. Why you are capturing it here? Because the function is returning the total price. And in the function, while calling the function, we are pricing the value of price and discount, which we had assigned in the main program. So this price would be matched with amount, and this discount would be matched with discount. So whatever value we pass using price will be captured in the amount variable in the function, and whatever is passed in DISC will be captured in the discount variable in the function. So obviously you might ask a question, why do we create these different names? Why can't we pass the same name? And that is the best practice. You should use the same name here also, like amount and discount, outside of the function and inside of the function, to increase the readability of your program. Otherwise it might create some confusion if someone else tries to debug or read your program. Now, how it happens, how it plays out actually behind the scenes, it has to do with memory also. So you know that we have this program memory area wherein we assign values to a variable, and what happens is that that variable gets the address of those values, memory address or a address of the memory area. So let's say if I assign 1000 to price and 10 to discount, and let's say 1000 is stored in memory with the address CA and 10 is stored in memory with the address F1. So this price and discount variable would point to these addresses rather than the actual value. Essentially it means that it is pointing to the value itself, but the value which is stored in this memory address. Now what is happening when you call calculate final price with price and discount, we pass these values. Basically you are passing the address. So price would have CA and disc would have F1. The function memory area would be created, and the amount and discount variable would be assigned with the memory address CA and F1. So essentially the amount variable and discount variable in the function would also point to the same memory location. And then we can do the calculation and then return, and this is how arguments work. So, okay, let's see a very quick hands-on. So this is how I have defined. So this is the main program and this is the definition of the function. And what am I doing? I'm passing the amount and then discount. I'm defining or assigning amount and then discount and then final discount. Now the thing is that for this exercise, for this hands-on, I have passed hard-coded values, but you will get these values maybe from the database or from a file. And then I'm passing three variables, and basically the amount, the discount, and the final discount. And let me capture the same here also. So amount and then discount and then final discount. Okay, so after getting it, I'll be using this final discount here. And now these values, right? So we'll have to get these values and put it somewhere inside of the function. So if you remember the scoping, so I'm capturing this amount and discount and final discount in amount, discount, and final discount. It's the same name, and this is the best practice as I had mentioned. And then I'm calculating the total price is the discounted price into final discount. So actually it should be here. The total price should be here and the discounted price should be here. So this discounted price is this price, which is basically I'm sending the amount which is in this amount, and then discount is this one, and then I'm calculating the final discount. So what I'm saying here is amount is 2500, discount is 15, and final discount is 10. Now if I execute this, so let me just change it. I have to put this else condition also, otherwise, because if discount price is greater than 7500, then only this value would be assigned to total price, otherwise it will be null, so I cannot return it. So else I'll mention total price equal to discounted price, and now this should solve the error that I'm getting. The error is shown as unbound local error, meaning that it is a local error within the function, cannot assess local variable total price where it is not associated with a value. And that was the case earlier, because the total amount that I have sent is 2500. I'll have to print the final price also to show you the output, and as you can see the final price is 2125, right? So which is basically 15% less than 2500. Now if I send 8000, which is, or maybe 10,000, then what would happen is that the discounted price would be 8500, and there would be another 10% discount on the final price because that is greater than 7500. So again, this is just the logic. So it is 85,000, coming out to be 85,000. So 85,000 is not correct because I'm only sending 10,000. So let's debug. I'll print the discount price here. So discount price is 8,500. Okay, the final discount should be divided by 100. So that's what the problem is. So let me remove it now. So as you can see, print is coming handy for debugging also. There's one more change. Again, this is nothing to do with Python, so it is actually the calculation. So this is how the calculation would be. So the final price would be $7,650. So this is how we pass variables or arguments. And now what will I do? I will show you the memory address. This is basically the functionality, but the memory diagram that I had shown you, let me validate that one also. And you know how to find out the memory address, right? So we'll have to print the memory address. So print, we use the ID function. So memory address of amount is ID amount, and then discount would be ID discount, and final discount would be ID final discount. And let's do and execute this inside of the function also. Memory address of the amount inside the function. So what will I do? I'm trying to find out whether the memory addresses are actually correct or not, because the amount inside of this function calc final price should point to the same memory address, and all these should match. And let's see the output here. So memory address of amount is 44414871184, which is true here also. Memory address of discount is same. Memory address of final discount is also same. So this is how this substantiates that when you pass an argument, we are basically passing the pointer or the reference of the variable rather than the value.